Hey everyone, I hope you're doing really well. I am coming at you today with a very exciting tutorial for Valentine's Day. Of course, you can do whatever kind of makeup you want for Valentine's Day, but I find this look to be really fun and, kind of for a special occasion. It's kind of colorful. I've got some pinks and purples thrown in there. I don't know how well you can pick them up on the camera. I'm using my very special Urban Decay eyeshadows that I've been loving lately. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this look and I will see you later. Bye! First step, as always, is to prime the eyelids. Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is just their very famous primer. It works really well. I think it's well worth the hype. I got this little one when I got my Naked palette. I would just rub it in. That's all you really need to do for the priming. Now the first shade, step, as always, is the transition shade. I'm going to take Naked 2, the shade right here. You also don't have to be like super precise either. This is just a blending step, so just throwing it in there. Now for the fun part is for the colors. Okay, this is the Urban Decay Feminine palette, which is what I'm going to be focusing this tutorial on. It was a gift from my dear friend Tala, so if you're watching, thank you very much. I love it. So this is called Bordello by Urban Decay, and it's a great shade. I'm going to apply it all over my lid. It's iridescent too. It's so pretty. And I think it goes great with purple eyeshadow, which is what we're going to use next. Next is this shade called AC/DC. Going to apply it in the crease using windshield wiper motions. But I'm not going to rub it in too hard because I don't want fallout. These really rich shades usually give fallout. I don't want it to get all over my face, but if it does get all over my face, I can always wipe it off. This is why I do my eyeshadow first. See, there's fallout. That's why you gotta do your eyeshadow first if you're a newbie like me. Hope you guys can see okay. I'm going to throw in this fun bright purple shade. This is from one of the new Maybelline quads that came out. My Sigma E25. Nice matte shade for the edges. It's very purple. It's very festive. I would not wear this every day. I used to wear this kind of eyeshadow every day, but I think I'm past that stage. Blending it out with my E40. Okay, now that we have done that, the eyeshadow, it's always good to tight line the eye before I start everything else. At least that's just how I like to do it. I'm not sure how to film this, so here we go. It's really hard not to get it on my contact. Now that seems really scary, but for me, my lash line does not look thick at all unless I do this. You can just pull your eyelid and go like that, but I find it easier if I just lift mine up. Take this shade Faint from Naked Basics. Just a little bit. Contour the eyes a bit more. Bordello on the eyelids. Okay, now it's time for the face. First step, prime your face. I've already washed it and moisturized. You always want to put makeup on a clean face, never a dirty face. That is such a bad idea. Never do it. Always make sure you wash your face every morning. And if you haven't gotten the chance to, before you put on your makeup, at least make sure you wash it before you put on any makeup if you do that. So my primer that I'm using today is the Revlon PhotoReady. Feels very nice on the skin. I think it works pretty well. Okay, a foundation I've been loving so much lately. It's been highly recommended by a lot of people here on YouTube. It's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin. Now, it isn't full coverage or anything like that, but it is buildable, and it just gives such a nice dewy look to the skin. I'm going to spray my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush a lot with some Fix Plus. I think that helps the application, the smooth application. Get a little bit of this foundation on my hand. The only thing is I don't like that it doesn't have a pump. A lot of foundation bottles, drugstore and high-end, don't have pumps. And I'm sorry, but I gotta have a pump because it just makes everything so much easier and it's more sanitary. And when I'm like pouring this stuff all over my hand, it's a hassle. I want a pump, okay? Just putting that out there. I love this brush for applying foundation. It's fantastic. Blends in so nicely, especially when I spray it with some Fix Plus first, rather than wetting my brush. This foundation gives a very, very nice, natural, slightly dewy finish. I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome. I heard it's been compared to NARS Sheer Glow, but I haven't tried NARS Sheer Glow myself. I really want to. I'm sure you've seen this before. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's a very popular concealer on YouTube, and I do think it's pretty awesome. Has really good coverage. I'm using the Neutralizer shade for underneath my eyes. It is buildable though, which is why it looks like I'm using so much right now, but it blends very nicely, especially with this thing. Take a little bit of this. Can't live without it. It's pretty brightening. I like it. Yellow shade in the e.l.f. tone correcting powder. I don't feel like it's tone correcting, even in the slightest, but I do think it is a nice soft powder to set the under eyes. Before I set anything with any powder, you want to do all your cream products before your powder products, because I heard that cream products can break up powder once you have your setting powder on. So I'm going to use a little bit. This stuff is really pigmented, so I'm going to be very careful with it and get just a little bit out on my fingertip. It's so bright. I don't know if I can. It's super bright. I hope I don't look like a clown. Blend it out with my e.l.f. small stipple brush. Blends out pretty nicely, so it might look crazy when you put it on, but it's blending out to a beautiful shade. Now I'm going to set foundation with this NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. Okay, going to swirl just a tiny little bit of my favorite powder, my NYX Studio Careblend pressed powder. Just a little bit in my Real Techniques brush. Just a bit of this to contour. Or not really contour, more bronzing, because this has a bit of sparkle in it, so I'm not going to put it all over. My F05 brush by Sigma, I love this brush. It's perfect for contouring, it gets right in there. It's a perfect size. I'm going to be using Rose Champagne Glow for a pinky toned highlight today. Take a bit of that. Maybe not a whole lot. This stuff is pretty pigmented. Now the eyes are pretty colorful. They're going to be pretty dramatic. So I'm going to wear a nude lipstick today. This is Revlon Color Burst in Soft Nude. I think these lipsticks were discontinued, but I love them. I think they're really pretty colors. Now it is a bit pale. It's a little bit too nude for me. I'm going to go over it with a nice, really pretty gloss called Rose Melody. This is the new L'Oreal Extraordinaire. I love this gloss. I think it's a great formula. It is a little bit thick, but it's comfortable. It's not sticky. I can do a review for it soon, I think. It's got a bit of pink in it, so I'm going to just go over the lipstick with it. Slight wing. This one, Volume Accelerator. This is a good one. Of course, it's in extreme black. It's a nice brush. Builds the lashes very nicely. Last step, brows. Can't forget about that. Okay. Undo my hair. Yeah, I really like it. I like how this look turned out. I hope you guys all have a really great Valentine's Day, whatever it is you have plans to do. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please join me for my next one. Bye.